Taylor Swift stormed the stage at the Melbourne Cricket Ground for the first night of her Australian Eras tour and her biggest concert to date on Friday. The global megastar, 34, left the crowds reeling as she strutted out in style for the hotly anticipated show, which kicks off her first Australian tour since 2018. She pulled out all the stops as she put on her usual high-energy performance for the impressive 96,000 eager Swifties who flocked to Melbourne for the epic night. While Swiftie mania has swept Australia in the lead-up to the concert, the night also marks Taylor's biggest show ever as almost 100,000 fans descended on the MCG. Despite already having performed at huge sporting stadiums across the U.S., the opening night of her Australian tour broke records, as she has never performed to a crowd larger than 74,000. Reacting to performing at her biggest show to date, Taylor told the 96,000-strong crowd, "This is the biggest show we've done on this tour or any tour I have ever done. That's the version you get of me tonight, the version that is completely starstruck by the fact that so many of you wanted to hang out with us on Saturday night in Melbourne, as well as the massive crowds inside the venue." Huge numbers also stood outside the grounds, despite not having secured tickets, in a bid to hear the epic setlist. For the record-breaking night, Taylor put on a very leggy display in her signature jeweled silver and pink leotard, which she styled with matching knee-high boots as she stormed the stage. Huge numbers of fans without tickets also descended on the MCG after tour organizers admitted they were concerned about the 15,000 ticketless fans who were estimated to arrive at the sold-out shows. Venues NSW warned ticketless fanatics to stay away from a core stadium to prevent crowd management issues. The Daily Telegraph reported on Sunday. A spokesperson said fans who missed out on tickets should not try to soak up the atmosphere outside, as they likely won't hear any songs anyway. "We are not encouraging ticketless fans to attend, but part of our contingency plan is allowing for extra people who may be traveling who haven't got tickets," they said. However, on the night, fans were said to have been stamping their feet in time to the music outside the MCG and dancing on the grass as Swiftie mania swept Australia. Ahead of her epic debut, Sabrina Carpenter had put on a high-energy performance as she warmed the crowds up. The American singer, 24, kicked off the hotly anticipated tour at 6:30 p.m. with her epic support act performance, and she pulled out all the stops for the occasion. Sabrina put on a very leggy display in a figure-hugging pink dazzling gown as she belted out her best-loved hits and covers including Olivia Newton-John's Hopelessly Devoted to You. She teamed her fashionable ensemble with a pair of knee-high white boots and styled her fringed golden tresses loosely across her shoulders. She put on a high-energy performance as she got the crowds excited ahead of global megastar Taylor, 34, taking to the stage. Sabrina played hits including Read Your Mind, Feather, Vicious, Tornado Warnings, and Nonsense as Swifties flocked in their thousands into the venue to watch. Ahead of the show, Taylor was seen being chauffeured FBI style to the stadium on Friday afternoon, just hours before taking to the stage. A cavalcade of blacked-out Land Rovers were seen driving down Brunton Ave and into the underground car park of the venue, with one carrying the Shake It Off star. Fans have been eagerly waiting for Taylor to take to the stage in her first Australian tour since 2018, and flocked to the venue early amid the Swiftie mania. Thousands of the pop star's fans swarmed the arena 2 hours before the show's start time of 6:30 p.m. in an attempt to avoid the long lines to get in.